Hello and welcome back to Unbox Analysis. Guys, today we have an interesting one. This is a viral drone popping up everywhere. I see it in my feeds, I see it in ads, I see people talking about it. I want to know why. So this right here, this is the Hoverair X1 ProMax. This is not a cheap drone. This is not a run-of-the-mill drone. This thing is supposed to be crazy easy to use, crazy high definition 8K camera. And I want to put all that to the test. Now, let's get to the disclosures. I wanted to know, but I didn't really want to spend $1,100 on this thing until I knew for sure. So I reached out to Hoverair and they agreed to send me one with no stipulations. There are no talking points. I do not have to say this is good, which I really respect in a company. They're willing to put this out there. They're willing to let me test it and say whatever I want without any agreement. There's no contract. There is nothing. So stick around, guys, because we're going to jump into this. We're going to unbox it. Then we're going to get out of the real world and we're going to test it. Now, none of my videos would ever be complete without a little bit of Temu involved. This is my latest Temu knife. Check this little guy out. You click in here and pull the knife out. It's kind of cool. It's pretty sharp and got a pretty sharp little case. I'll throw a link down there for this thing too. But let's set the knife to the side. I'm getting ahead of myself. All right, here's the item list. Now, they have 4 different combos they offer. The first one is the ProMax. That comes with the drone, the bag, a USB cable, some documents. Then they have the ProMax combo. Then they have the cycling combo. Now they know I do a lot of bike and scooter reviews after checking out my channel, so they sent me over this kit right here. So this is the one we're gonna be reviewing, and here is the price. It is not cheap, like I said, guys, but if it's good, cheap is relative, am I right? We'll save the drone for last. Let's jump into these bags. First off, it comes with this nice, robust bag that is made to go around a bike bar. You see this? You put the bar in the middle, and then it has some straps that come down. All right, let's start with the left side. We have ourselves a bit of a strap here. That's most likely gonna be for like a shoulder strap or extra strap for the bike itself. Oh, that's interesting. Here we go. ND filters. That's pretty cool. We have the beacon. Not quite sure what any of these guys, I have done very little research. I've seen a ton of these, but I did not watch through them because I kind of want to come into this with my own opinion. Magnetic adapter mount for the beacon. So that'll go with this little guy here. Handlebar mount. All right, then next up we have a 65 watt USB Type-C power box here. Nice. And then we have ourselves a battery charger. This thing feels really hefty. Let's see if there's batteries in here. This charger does come with the 2 batteries in it. Check those out. What do we got? These are 1920 milliamp hour batteries. We'll get into flight times and all that later in the video. For now, you know, just the unboxing part of Unbox Analysis. USB Type-C port right here on the bottom. Pretty large box here, guys. This whole box, and that's what I had in there. That's all right, though. That's all right. Packaging is nice. We have ourselves some pamphlets. I mean, this is a hefty charger. This might be one of the heaviest wall bricks. That's metal. Yeah, that's okay. Here, take a listen. Interesting. Now, I can imagine that metal will help with heat dispersion, although, you know, we've seen much bigger chargers without being metal. I don't know, it's a nice touch. It gives me hope for the rest of the products. All right, this appears to be a GoPro type mount with a full silicone mount. That's pretty nice. Put it on the bar, flip it around, and it just kind of connects in. So, yeah, no, actually, that's pretty slick. I like that. Then it's got a tight rotation on that. As long as that doesn't wear down, that's pretty sweet. Now, for those of you not in the camera world, ND filters can get pretty pricey, so them including one in some of their kits. Let's see which kits all come with the ND filters. It looks like only the skiing and cycling combo, probably because they expect you to be outside, so those ND filters are gonna help you with high exposure. Nice little case, got a silky feel to it. I mean, the presentation, guys, the presentation on these products, whoo, look at them little guys. Oh, that's super cool. Wow, those are some dark ND filters. ND 8, 16, 32, and 64. Man, those things are tiny. I really appreciate the boxing. Like the packaging is phenomenal on this stuff. This looks like our little magnetic attachment point. It does have a 1mm thread right on the bottom for mounting to camera stands if you need. All right, so the beacon comes with the beacon itself, comes with a nice little silicone wrist strap, and then it also comes with this definitely specialized charger. You're not gonna wanna lose this one, guys. Kind of akin to a custom watch charger with USB-C on the other end. And here is the beacon. It looks to be a little remote control here. We have ourselves a little D-pad with clicks. Oh, that's pretty cool. Definitely gonna have to get into what all of this stuff does, but that charging is going to mount just like so. It's magnetic, pretty strong magnet, nice. I mean, if this is gonna say anything about the quality of the drone, I'm excited because this packaging is pretty next level, guys. And you know me, I open a lot of packages here on the channel. All right, here we have the joysticks in another nice little case, little protective case. Okay. Different joystick options here. I feel like I'm getting ready to play a video game. This one's already got some power on it. Looks like it has a slot that widens for a phone too. If you guys want to skip the unboxing and go right to the testing and stuff like that, feel free. Timestamps are below. All right, so here are the Hover joysticks. So it looks like they come without the actual joystick itself installed. Looks like you just take it here and kind of slot it in. Okay. They feel good. They feel good. They have this nice rubber gasket right around the edge that keeps it centered. That'll help with stick drift, hopefully. Hopefully that's not an issue. Then on this in here, you have a little wheel that's probably going to adjust your yaw a little bit. And then we have another button here for who knows what. We'll have to get into that. It also comes with a USB-C to USB-C and a USB-C to Lightning cable, likely for connecting this directly to your phone. Pretty awesome. Again, guys, I gotta say, this packaging, they just did a really good job with this packaging. I hope that's not where they put all the money though. It also looks like this case has a space in the middle, very likely for this guy right here. Yep, check that out. The beacon, even though it doesn't come with this specific kit, will fit right in there. All right, time to get ourselves into the main event. This is the Hoverair X1. Now, you can buy this one here by itself. I'll go ahead and throw a price up for exactly how much the standalone kit is. And of course, guys, if I can talk them into giving me any discount codes, you know I'm gonna put them down below. I know people probably aren't quite as excited about packaging as me, but we have ourselves a little arrow here. Magnetic. Nice. And there is the Hoverair X1 ProMax. Wait, let's see what else we got in here first. Hold on. All right, looks like we have some optional stickers for the actual battery packs themselves. All right, rock on. A very robust owner's manual. Now that's a $1,000 owner's manual, guys, right there. USB-C to USB-C cable, and then a carrying bag for the drone itself. It's an interesting material. Not quite sure what that is. If there's any other companies out there who sell things, anything at all, this is how you do your boxing. Like this is awesome. All right, a sample hem frame. Try to tear or break it. Okay, so it looks like they send a sample here of part of the frame. Let's pop it off. It appears to be the same kind of material as the rest of it. And I mean, it says try to break it, right? Try to tear it or break it. All right. Let's give her some good twists. Oh man. It's making indents in my fingers. Okay. All right. All right, they got something here. I can't break it with normal means. That's pretty sweet. Check that out. Okay, so this right here is the drone itself. We can see that it actually comes with another battery. So in this ProMax kit, you get a charger and 2 extra batteries. The battery just kind of pops out. It feels to be magnetic, has a little bit of a clip right in there. And then it folds up to this nice little form factor where it can then slide in the bag. Around on the left side here, we have ourselves a USB-C and then a micro USB. That's where you're gonna store all your footage. And then we have the camera on a gimbal here. You can see it right there peeking through. Has an f2.55 with an E 16 millimeter. And then on the bottom, it looks like we have a couple other things. It looks like a small camera and 2 sensors. All right, guys, now I'm gonna read a whole bunch of pamphlets so I know exactly how to use this thing the correct way, but that's gonna be a quick second for you guys. So let's get outside and test it. All right, guys, so through this part right here, I mean, it is just crazy smooth. Now I'm gonna do a quick speed up here, a little 3x, just to give you a better idea of how smooth this is. You get a little quick run through, get the basic idea. Now this right here, it's just, I don't know, it's just following me. And guys, there's quite a bit of wind out here. There's a little bit more here in the next clip. All right, so this part right here actually made me a little bit nervous because I get really close to the river and I'm like, man, if this thing does mess up, it's gonna be gone. That's not a river I can exactly go into right now. But guys, in this line right here, I hit about 27 miles per hour on the scooter. This is the new awesome scooter I'm testing out. So if you guys wanna see that, make sure to stick around. That thing is, well, let's just say that thing's as stable as this drone. Super impressive. All right, guys, pay really close attention to the two American flags there. The wind is absolutely ripping right now. And I just kind of send it. It keeps up. There's not much else to say about it. The wind is coming in almost head on, and it's just kind of sticking with me. We've already taken this thing on the follow mode, and honestly, it's been super impressive. There's no other way to explain it. The fact that this thing could keep up in high winds at 25 miles an hour on an electric scooter, yeah, that surprised me. Battery life so far has been pretty true to their word. Actually, I think I got about 19 total minutes of recording, but that was not a single sustained flight. That was multiple test flights with following heavy winds, kind of all over the place. So props to Hover on that. Also, for all of the recording so far, I haven't even used the SD card. I'm using the internal storage, which I believe is 56 gigabytes. But for now, let's go through the different modes. We're gonna start with the most basic mode first. We're gonna start with hover. So in order to hover, you just have it on hover, you click the button.
Continue, hover.
Now we can see that hover is actually gonna sit here and hover and follow me. And it will stay there and hover basically until you put your hand underneath it and bring it down. It's extremely stable, given not a lot of wind today, guys. Just a little bit of crosswind, not a lot. So, in order to bring it down, it's about as simple as it gets. Now, this is one of the main functions for the standalone mode. With the standalone mode, it's where you buy without any of the other accessories. No controllers, no beacon, none of that stuff, just the actual drone itself. You just walk up, and just like that, it's gonna land right in your hand. Let's jump into zoom out mode, and we'll see what that does.
1.5 meters, zoom out.
So you can see with zoom out mode, it's still tracking me, it's still watching me, but it moves back a good distance. But it will still track you. As it comes back, it won't track you though. It's gonna fly back to its home. Now, in zoom out mode, in a lot of these modes, it doesn't exactly have a long amount of time. It's meant to go out, kind of get a quick image and then come back. So if you want it to stay longer, you have to go into your settings on your phone and adjust those. We'll mess with that here in just a little bit. All right.
Follow.
Our next mode is called follow. So, as follow suggests, it is going to follow me. Now, as you can see, it's right behind me. It is following me right here. And it's kind of just gonna do that until you basically tell it not to. So again, in order to bring it down, we can use the app, we can use the controller, or we can use our hand. Honestly, it's just as simple as that. Now, in the footage you guys saw at the beginning, we'll play a little bit more of it here in a second. This is the footage of it following me while I was riding an electric bike going 25 to 30 miles an hour, and there were some pretty gusty winds. Technically, that is over the rating of this drone, and it didn't seem to have any trouble. Now, what was really cool with that is while I was going, I had the beacon strapped to my handlebar. This is part of the cyclist kit. Now, it does work on a lot of different things, but with that, I could see what the drone was seeing right here in a little compressed footage. It was just nice. I mean, given this thing's kind of loud. It's not exactly the quietest drone in the world. You got 4 really tiny rotors. They're just ripping, okay? So you're gonna hear that it's behind you anyways, but if you have it following at a further distance, this is definitely gonna help you know where it's at and, well, what it sees. So you know you didn't lose it or any of that kind of stuff. Next mode we have right here, it's orbit. It says 1.5 meter flat, 360 degree. Let's give it a shot.
1.5 meters. Wind.
Ah, right there. It got too close to the bed of the truck. That's why I lifted it off at that height. And when it got too close, it automatically adjusted and lifted itself up. And then it's gonna come right back to where I launched it. So as you saw, when it went over the truck bed, I lifted it off about here so it would move. It will do obstacle avoidance. So here on the back, you have 2 different sensors and a camera. On the bottom, 2 different sensors and a camera. And then of course, it also uses the main camera as well for that stabilization and obstacle avoidance tracking.
Bird eye.
All right, next mode we have is bird eye view. Let's give it a shot.
5 meters. Bird eye.
Now it's telling you it's gonna go to 5 meters. Now if you watch closely, the camera is going to tilt straight down and it's gonna go up to 5 meters. Now it's not gonna stay up there long because that's not its setting. And then it's gonna come back down. There it goes. It goes up, it gets a quick little video capture and then comes back down. Again, these are all settings we can adjust in the app. So that was a little test there. I put my hand out for it to land, and then as it came down to land, I moved my hands. That caused it to terminate the landing sequence and just kind of hover until my hand came back.
Ski mode.
Now, I can't test ski mode here today, guys.
Cycling
We definitely
mode.
tested the cycling mode a lot. I was super impressed with that, as well as the image quality.
360 degree spin.
All right, guys, we'll do the 360 degree spin, but don't judge me. The outside's a disaster. Between the remodel and, well, you guys like seeing the bird scooters anyways. Let's run it. Now, this is a very slow spin that it's set to do. So it's gonna go very slow. This is gonna give you a really good full surround video. You guys think I should do some videos on that boat this year? Let me know in the comments. And there's the disaster of bird scooters and my giant pile of recyclables. So what do you guys think of the image quality? You guys think it's good? I'm pretty impressed with it. All right, we're gonna go ahead and cancel her out there. So I stopped it just before the 360 degree spin finished, just to show that even if it's in the middle of a maneuver, you can still kind of stop it wherever it's standing, which is pretty cool. Okay, now we're going to jump into the half controller configuration with the beacon. Now, one thing I don't like about the beacon is that it's called a beacon. I really wish that the beacon had an actual trackable functionality. And from what I hear in the early ads, it kind of sounded like that's what it was going to do. It sounded like the beacon was going to be able to say, put the beacon in your car and drive and it'll follow you. Doesn't quite do that. So right now we have the beacon on and it is searching for the unit. And it helps to hold the outside 2 arrows to blue where it will connect to this. I didn't have a great place to film this today. The rain's been so in and out and I really wanted to get this part finished that I didn't want to go very far from home. So now we are in manual control. Also, if you look right here, let's go ahead and see if it'll go up for us. Pretty simple. Tilt, spin, up and down. Now, this is a really cool feature. If I hold this trigger in the back, it is going to go where I point this thing to an extent. It takes a little bit of practice. Like that, it brings it back, forward. Oh, we seem to be a little backwards, but that's all right. It's kind of on opposite mode right now. You raise it here, lower it here. You can turn it left and right here. Let's go ahead and give it a full spin so we can get it facing the right direction for the pointed beacon control. This feature is just kind of cool, but it definitely takes a bit of practice. So we go right, it goes right. We go left, now we go forward, and it goes forward. Back, see, the control is, I mean, it's very quick, it's very responsive. It reminds me of flying a drone with a Wii remote. This is fun. I feel like this would, again, I feel like this would take a lot to get used to, but it's fun. And I like how intuitive it is. Hold the button on the back, control. Use the joystick, raise and lower. And it's very, very responsive. Now its turning speed is a bit slower in these modes, but that's okay. Now with that all of it said, let's see if it has obstacle avoidance in the manual mode. It does not. In manual mode, it is full manual. It will run into stuff. Keep that in mind. All right, let's bring her down. So even in manual mode, you can still land it that way. Now let's go ahead and lift it off in manual mode and see if the home button will bring it back to us. Say you're trying to fly it and you're not the best at controlling it and you kind of start to lose it. Let's see how that goes.
Manual control.
All right, we're gonna take her up. We're gonna send her forward a bit. We're gonna kind of turn it a little bit, let it get a little off course here. Bring it way over here. Bring it back. All right, now let's try home. All right, so I held the home button and now it's looking. It's getting ready, it's lining up with its GPS signal, and it's coming on back. Oh, that's cool. Within about a foot of where I took off. So just a couple things to go over. Now, a lot of the reviews on this thing, people are seeing these $20 to $60 Temu and Shein drones. And they're saying this is the exact same thing. It's a ripoff. It's a piece of junk. Guys, I have tested all of those drones. You guys can go watch the videos. We'll put them right up here in the corner. I have tested those drones. Those drones suck. The clarity is horrible. Now, could this be a little cheaper? Functionality, I mean, so far I haven't run into a single issue during my quite a few hours of testing of flight time at this point. I mean, guys, they really have this thing dialed in. There are a few bad reviews out there. I do think it's from some of their earlier versions, some of their, before they really got all the final touches in, which is unfortunate for some of those first buyers, but thankfully, this thing does come with automatic firmware updates. When I plugged in the battery, the new battery that I hadn't used yet, it even updated the firmware on the battery. So now that we've tried manual mode with the beacon, which is honestly a lot of fun, let's try it with the second joystick. To get that connected, it's very simple. You click it in, you pull out and drop. Now, this is a spot for your phone. My phone is big. It's the S24 Ultra. I don't really like having the phone in there. We will show you how that works. But now we have dual joysticks. You can see here, we still have the screen. It did rotate. Okay. Now the left is up and down, and the right is forward and back. Now this is definitely more of a traditional drone control. So between the functionality, the controls, the little screen, you can use this on your phone. Again, it's just a little bulky. I'm currently using my phone to record. I have tested it. It works just fine. I'm still gonna show you guys some of the app here in just a second. But so far, I'm freaking loving this thing. This thing is a blast, and it is going to be so useful in all of my future bike and scooter reviews and any reviews. All right, so coming into the app here, I'm gonna kind of show you guys on the screen as well. We have a whole bunch of different preset videos that people can upload. You can post. It's almost like a social thing. Kind of cool. It's currently reconnecting to the drone. Drone is still on. We have about 25% battery life after all of our flight testing. So right here, you can go ahead and view your different albums. You can see your storage remaining on the top. You have Omni Terrain activated. So it does have an extra terrain mode. The extra terrain mode is for going over water or when it's dark. Now, let's test out one of the first options. Find my device. You can see if you leave it somewhere, there it goes. So now it actually shows it really close to me. So if your device is on and you can't find it, say you crashed in the woods, it's gonna GPS locate you to the drone, which is honestly super cool. So coming in here, we have all of our settings. We have hover, zoom out, follow, orbit. Now this is where you can change all of the different settings in each one. So let's go into bird's eye. Let's change the altitude to 9 meters. Video on, that's good. Facing down. You know what? Let's have it face flat. Let's go ahead and add in a fast rotation. 4K 30 FPS is fine. You know, we'll crank this one up. We're gonna do 8K 30 FPS. Now, let's go ahead and test it out.
9 meters. Bird eye.
It tells us that it's going to 9 meters. So first you'll notice it goes up to about 3 meters and kind of gets its bearing. It's using its sensors to measure how high up it is. Then it goes up to the 9 meters, just like we told it. And now it's doing a fast rotation, just like we said it. And then comes back down. If we go back into the settings, guys, we can control and change all of these. We can set up our ND filters, which I'm gonna show you guys how to add an ND filter here in a second. So if you guys are curious about that, just give it a minute. We're gonna pull one of the ND filters on and show you the change in video quality now that we have some sunlight out. You can also turn on and off the watermark. I left it on, so that way anytime you guys are looking at footage of this for this review purpose, you guys are gonna know that it came from the hover drone. This is the ND filter case. We unboxed it earlier. Check that out. So you got ND 8, 16, 32, and 64. These are the actual ND filters themselves. So we're gonna go straight to the 64.
1.5 meters. Zoom out.
Now it's currently tracking where it's at. It's getting it all set up. Now this is only 1.5 meters, so it's not going out very far, but I don't know. The sun's kind of going in and out of the clouds, but you get the idea. So if you guys are interested in the Hoverair Max Pro, here's my main thoughts. It's super versatile. The camera quality on it, especially in 8K, is absolutely phenomenal. Could the price be a little cheaper? Yes and no. I understand both points. There are cheaper cameras in the market that do similar things, but not a single one that I've tested go quite to this functionality. So again, this was sent over to me, but they told me to be completely honest because that was that was the only option I gave them, guys. So if you guys have tested one of these, if you guys have thoughts on it, let me know. What do you guys think of the picture quality? I mean, this thing, it impressed me. I was kind of hoping I could dog on it because it is priced pretty high for what it is, but the firmware, the software, the functionality, its accuracy, guys, it's all there. So that's gonna be about it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next one.